Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me this morning with Coffee With live at the Black Heritage Art Show. I am so excited to be able to share with you all of the wonderful things that are happening in the art world, specifically in the world of NFTs. So this is going to be a two-part workshop series. We're going to give a general overview of just what NFTs are, and how they benefit the artist and how they can benefit the art collector. So today we will focus more so about on the artist. We'll give a general overview, though, to give the art collector an idea of just what an NFT is, what the market is, how you get into it, why you should get into it. And then tomorrow, we will have a part 2 of the series that will focus specifically on the buyer and why you really want to pay close attention to this market. Every Monday, I do a session called Coffee With on YouTube. And so I am excited to be able to be with you all weekend long. And then I'm going to invite you all to join me starting February 14th, right here on YouTube. I'll be here every Monday from 11. I believe they have me scheduled from 11 to 11:30 or 11:45. You will be able to ask me any question you want. So whether or not you're in the visual arts industry, whether you're a small business owner and have questions with regards to digital marketing and brand management, or you are a church or a pastor or a staff at the church, and you're trying to navigate this digital marketing space. Otacency Marketing and Productions has been in business now for over 20 years. I have been specifically in the arts, in the online space since 2008. And so I have been, as many of you know, in the arts industry for more years than I care to say, so that you all will start adding up my age. However, I have been blessed to be able to move when the industry moves. So the industry is moving once again. We are moving from paper and prints, guys, to the actual real world of NFTs. NFTs is a non-fungible token, and we're going to talk a lot more about it. But I am most excited to share this with you before I go to a little break, which is our actual official poster. This is the first time that the Black Heritage Art Show will not print on paper. We will create our images in the form of a NFT. And so we're going to use our NFT as the model and the basis of what we talk about for the next 45 minutes. So go get your coffee and then give me about 1 minute. And then we are going to get started with our webinar. All right. You would think after 2 years I would be used to unmuting myself and muting myself. But we are back. And again, I want to invite you to join me on Monday, starting February the 14th, every Monday at 11 o'clock on my YouTube channel, which is Glenda Boone. And I will be having coffee with my friends, like you saw Betty, giving them an opportunity to highlight their artwork, their church, their business, and then answering any questions that you may have. I figure that this is the most effective way that I can help as many people as I can as they try to navigate in this new space. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to get started with our presentation. And our presentation basically is, what are NFTs and how can NFTs benefit me? An NFT means a non-fungible token. That is the official name of it. It is an item that it is, for all intents purposes, of great value, can be of great value. It is about it. Think about it as like a fingerprint or a footprint, and it is used as a way to prove ownership. Okay, it's a way to prove that you own something. An NFT is mostly used to give a unique identifier to anything that digital. It could be digital art, it could be music, it could be collectibles, it could be videos, or any other property. Okay, um, it is a technical term, but NFTs are just really, really a certificate of authenticity. So in the art market, we used to get paper. You know, if you bought a limited edition, you would get paper. If you bought original, you would get paper, and they would tell you the estimated value. Well, as we move into the digital world, we are now an NFT. Think of that as your certificate of authenticity of the artwork that you purchased. Basically, the NFT is like a signature to authenticate your artwork. It will document who created it, when it was created, it, who bought it, and when it was bought, the price, and if you decide to resell it or to market, who sold it, what it sold for, and who owns it now. So that's basically what an NFT is. Now, how are NFTs? How is this done? This is done with what they call a blockchain. And a blockchain is basically a network of computers, and they tracking all of these different transactions. Think of a blockchain as the opposite of the Federal Reserve. I don't know, you know, when I was younger, we all went to the Federal Reserve. You went to the Mint, you saw that there were machines and they were printing all this money. Okay. And so think of the blockchain. Instead of being a mint and printing money, it's energy. Okay. They use energy in order because computers are tracking this. Okay. So it's a lot of math, it's a lot of science. But instead of being in a mint printing money, it's a bunch of computers using a lot of energy to make everything happen. That's how basic that I can make it so that you understand it. Go on the internet or other places is very technical, and it's like, what are you talking about? But so I am a very visual person. So the best way for me to explain a blockchain is a bunch of computers that's keeping track of a lot of data, and they do this utilizing energy. Okay. So it is the opposite of being in a big mint and a big building printing a bunch of paper, but the same concept. All right. Now, blockchains host NFTs. So you really can't be an owner of an NFT if the blockchain is holding and they're storing all of your information. They're storing your certificate of authenticity. Then you have to have a blockchain to work with because they store all of the NFTs. Now, there's several types of blockchains out there: Flow, Tesos, Polygon, Ethereum. For NFTs, though, it's mostly Ethereum is used. Now, there's another term that is that you need to familiarize yourself with as you learn more about the NFT market, and that's a term called minting. And minting is an action that brings an item to existence on the back chain. Okay, so it brings it and puts it on a back chain, and it costs gas, what they call gas, to do so. Gas in our terms would be it costs money to do it. So you're buying a piece of art, you have the deal, you want to get it appraised. It's going to cost you money to buy it. It's going to you might have to pay appraisal fee. So what we know as fee in crypto terms is known as gas in the NFT world. Now you will pay minting fees when you transfer the item to another account or when someone buys it from you. Now, this is where the seminars will have to break off because it's different for a seller versus a buyer. In some cases, depending on what program or what system you're using, the seller he doesn't have to pay gas, but it gets passed on to the buyer. So we'll get into that in a little bit more detail in the specific buyers webinar. This today will be a general webinar, and then it will be geared to more towards the artist. So I'm going to be speaking in terms that will benefit the artist for the purpose of this presentation. With OpenSea, there are different companies, and we'll get into that in a few slides down, but there are some companies where you do not have to pay a fee at all. Some of you may have tried it and dipped your hands, and then you said, oh no, I'm not paying $100 to put my art up as an NFT. There are companies out there and ways that you can avoid paying the gas fee upfront. Okay. All right. Now, before we really get into it, let me just make this disclaimer, and I need you to read it. I am not an investment officer, and I am not providing any type of investment advice to you. Okay. So I do stress to you that this is an opening, this is a beginning for you. But I do think that collectors and artists both should begin to do serious research into the NFT market, and sooner rather than later. The crypto market is fastly coming to mainstream, and many of our people, in particular African Americans, have no clue about this new currency and how it's going to operate. It is very similar to what we didn't think the internet would go so far, and look where we are now. We're literally working, living, everything on the internet. The cryptocurrency market is here. It's not going away. And so the way we buy, sell, store, collect is all going to go digital. So please begin to do your research. Okay, so this is not, it's intended to be a presentation, but it is not any way pushing you or giving you any type of warranties or any incentives to do it. All right, so we talked about the NFTs and what they were, and they're highly valuable within the digital asset community. A few years ago, an artist sold his artwork as an NFT for millions and millions of dollars. And that's what got the art industry into, well, let's take a second look at this. And now it is very much part of mainstream, and many, many people, including companies, Nike, a lot of people are doing and entering into this market. And so artists, you got to step it up. You got to get ready. You got to learn how to do this. You got to invest in this. And buyers, you got to buy while it's low. Okay, so this is the time. If you ever wanted an original piece of artwork, this is the time to look at your artist, stay in touch with your artist, see who's on the NFT market. Maybe that Sunday morning worship by TLS years ago, maybe that'll be available in a limited number, and maybe you can benefit from that. That is where we are right now. Okay. Now, why are they so popular? Because it's new, and it represents a new avenue and approach for artists to earn directly from their work instead of using an intermediary. Okay, which is someone like me. I'm considered now a virtual gallerist. So right now, for artists to, as I promote their work on settings such as this, if their artwork sells, then I earn a commission. This avenue allows you another opportunity where you could cut me out, which I pray you won't, or at least contract me to help you get into the NFT market. But this does allow you the opportunity to cut out a lot of middlemen. It has a large scope for potential future business in so many different areas. For those of you who are also illustrators and graphic artists, you can create NFTs for your fellow artists who don't have that skill set. You can create the base art. You can help them transfer their art. So it is a additional revenue and can be several different types of revenue streams for an artist. Imagine all of the prints that you have, all of the pieces of artwork that you have that can be created into an NFT market. and you have a whole nother collection. So it is great, of great value for you to learn this and get into this market. You are able to be very participatory in the digital economy if you get ahead of it. Do not stay asleep, artists. This is coming. Well, no, it's not coming. It's here. And so we have to learn and take the steps. Now, each month, think about this. Instead of printing 50 images, this photographer, he can mint 50 NFTs and sell those NFTs for $500 each. That will make him 300K, okay, in purely digital art. So we're going to get into this as to what, is that 300,000 US dollars. We'll get into that. For you, the buyer, it allows you now. I have so many buyers that call me and say, I have this art, I want to sell the art, but you don't have a market to sell it in. I mean, the only place you can go right now is eBay. This allows you an opportunity to be able to sell your art, your NFT, your artwork on a secondary market. So you too can open up an account and you can sell on the secondary market. And that's why so many people are investing and buying NFTs right now with the sole intent of selling them on a secondary market. Think of it as being digital real estate. Okay. We talk about what does the NFT offers. It has digital representation of the value. It has digital representation of ownership. It has digital representation of its authenticity. For collectors, it allows you the opportunity to be able to partake in the creator's work in a much more affordable way. You may not be able to afford the $100,000 original Sunday worship right now, but you could afford to own maybe one of 50. Okay. With NFTs, they normally sell in smaller numbers. Okay. They sell at a smaller price, a smaller quantity. It's really for that purpose. Okay. So you are facilitating investment in high value goods. So instead of buying a lithograph paint from a print from Walmart, you are investing in an original piece of artwork. That NFT is unique to you. Your NFT is unique to you. Okay. And that is what makes it original. And that is what the blockchain does for you. It makes sure that that is considered unique and has its own footprint, fingerprint, certificate of authenticity. So what are some of the things that we have to consider? We have to consider before we get into this market, what blockchain are we going to use? Okay. What the NFT ecosystem, and I think that we talked a little bit about that. That is the different types of coins, Polygon, Ethereum, Solana. What type of wallet are you going to use? And when you think about an NFT wallet, think about the wallet that you carry around every day. You keep your ID in your wallet, you keep your credit cards in your wallet, and NFT stores. Okay, it stores not only your currency, but it also stores your NFT. It stores your artwork. Okay, and then you have to determine what marketplace that you want to buy and sell your artwork on. You can use several marketplaces, but it's probably a better idea to get one and stick with that one. And prices are all over the place. So I can share with you the one that I use because it is cheaper on the front end for me. Okay. Now we talked a little bit about what minting was and the blockchain platform. But again, we want to make sure that you understand that it is instead of being in a bank and printing money, it's a bunch of computers who's keeping track of a bunch of numbers. Okay. There are different types. All of them run utilizing cryptocurrency. There is Bitcoin, Smart Chain. There's a whole list of tokens that you can use to purchase NFTs. The most common, though, for the NFT market is Ethereum. These are all forms of cryptocurrency. Okay. You want to make sure you understand the ecosystem of your blockchain. Okay. Everyone delivers the same type of NFT features. So Bitcoin might be different than Ethereum. So you want to make sure that you understand the system that by which you are utilizing. Make sure you select a platform that provides the sales, the support, and transferring your NFT on other blockchains. And you want to make sure that your developers are working on NFT projects that should make it their first priority to understand the advantages and disadvantages. So most of the people who are working in the NFT system have been around for years. And that's why people gravitate to them. And I will give you their names as we move a little bit farther. Okay. Again, the wallet is just like a wallet that you carry, but it is a digital wallet. It offers safety and it offers security. When you get a wallet, they will give you a what they call a phrase, seed phrase. That is a series of words. You want to think about that as just like you would a credit card. So you want to guard those words with your life because nobody will be able to help you recover any currency, any NFTs. You have to have those words in order to gain access to your wallet. So let's say you get a new computer or you get a new phone. They're going to ask you for your phrase. Okay, you're going to have to know what your seed phrase is. You cannot give that phrase to anybody. Okay, maybe your spouse. And you might want to keep a copy in your safe deposit box outside of your house, because there is no way in the world that anybody can help you if you lose those passwords. Very, very important. And then the marketplace that you select. And the marketplace is a place where people house and to buy and sell their NFTs. So think about it like an Amazon. It's the Amazon for NFTs. Okay. And there are a couple of them out there. Okay. Now, the most popular one is OpenSea. OpenSea is also the most cost effective, and they have very user friendly. They let you build your own store. It's very simple to do. I'm going to show you. It is not hard at all to get into the process. The hardest part is getting in, setting up your wallet, and then understanding how to transfer your crypto money to US dollars. There is another webinar, I think, going on this weekend that goes into detail about cryptocurrency. I suggest that you all watch that video. That is a video, I believe, by Cindy Merritt and Raven Smith. And they go into detail about crypto. I'm not going to do it in this presentation because we're talking about NFT. But in order to purchase an NFT, most times you have to use cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency then is converted to US dollars. Each time you sell, that is when the marketplace makes money. Okay, so the gas comes in, there are some fees that are available, and that's why you really want to go really check before you just go jump into an NFT marketplace. Again, OpenSea is one that I highly recommend. You do not have to pay any minting fee to put your artwork up for sale. The fees are paid on the back end once your NFT is sold, and a lot of times those fees are passed on to the buyer. Now, NFT do offer royalties to the creators. Okay, if you are a creator of the artwork, in addition to the sales price of the artwork, you can get up to a 10% royalty on all of your work. Now, as an artist, this is a great benefit to you, um, because you may be a graphic artist and you might be creating NFTs for someone. So you're charging them a fee to create the NFT, but you also want a creator's credit. So you're getting paid a couple times. Now, let's say you're an artist and you put your NFTs up, they sell. You still own the copyright. Okay. They own the NFT, but you own the copyright. So you don't lose your copyright by entering into the NFT space. You maintain your copyright, which is very, very, very important. All right, so now we'll get into how to create an NFT. For those of you who are in the buyer, who are in watching this webinar as a buyer, you may want to exit out at this time. This is going to be more technical about how to get into the program, what to use. You're more than welcome to stay. It's kind of general up to when we get to a certain point, but I want to be cognizant of your time. So this is more geared towards how to put it up and how to sell it. Tomorrow we'll go into detail on how to buy it. All right. So to create an NFT, I am going to use OpenSea. I'm using OpenSea as a model, and the one image that I wanted, CryptoPunk, is an NFT, and he's just selling like crazy. People are buying him, but it pretty much it's offered on sale, and it'll tell you exactly how many people. This is a board that shows you what is selling first, um, what's really hot out there. So if you're an artist, you can get an idea of some of the images that are selling. This is a great opportunity for African American artists. I'm telling you, it is a wonderful opportunity for us. If you can get your work from paper onto these platforms, it's going to sell, because when you go through and you look at some of what this art is that's selling, and you put yours up there, you're going to be quite pleased and say that Glenda Boone, she knew what she was talking about. So we're going to talk about OpenSea today. You need crypto to get started with OpenSea. We'll talk again, crypto wallet with cryptocurrency. I really don't want to get into that for purpose of this webinar. But there are some sources out there, and I think some webinars out there that are going to talk about that this weekend. Um, some people use MetaMask as for their wallet. It's easy to set up, very easy to set up MetaMask. I personally use Coinbase, but for the purpose of this, we're going to talk about MetaMask because that is very easy to get going. So the first thing you want to do is you have to create your wallet before you can really start to buy and sell. You can do that right from the OpenSea marketplace, and you'll fund it with what we call Ethereum. So you would not use Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a form of cryptocurrency for the NFT market. The form of cryptocurrency that we will be using is Ethereum. Okay, it is the oldest and the most trusted crypto wallet. So they will give you options when you go to OpenSea. The first thing they'll say is you need a wallet. They'll give you all these companies. So I would suggest you stick with MetaMask or Coinbase. Those are the two that I would recommend. So you're going to install MetaMask, and it is simply, you're just going to put add. It's really, really not that simple to do. Once you click that, they'll tell you that they're going to install it onto your system, and then you would click get started. Okay, they're going to ask you, do you want to import a wallet or create one? You're going to say create a wallet, and this is where they're going to give you your secret phrase. Write this down on several pieces of paper and put it in several different places, and also keep it off site somewhere. Because if you really get into the collector's market, and you have several NFTs, that's extremely valuable, and also you have cryptocurrency, or you haven't converted it to United States, this is your vault. Okay, think of it as a safety security box in a bank. This is where everything of great value is stored. And so in the crypto world, this is how it operates. So you have to make sure, I can't stress that enough, that you guard those phrases with your heart. And I'm saying that because it happened to me. When I first started, I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't know what I did with my phrases, and I lost several $100s. So make sure that you do that. Once you create your wallet, you can click add token button and other cryptocurrencies for your wallet. But for OpenSea, you don't need all of that stuff. All you need is Ethereum, ETH. Okay. Now, you have to have some Ethereum in your wallet in order to buy or sell. I normally tell people to get, I can't tell you what to get, but I would, suggest that you have, 50 to $100 on you. That way you won't have to keep going back and forth, to do this. But you do need to have some cash on hand before you can start buying and selling. And you can go on OpenSea and look all day long. And I do encourage you to do that, especially if you are an artist, so that you can get an idea and see what type of stuff is being sold. You can also see what's not there. Okay. And you're going to notice real quick, ain't too much of us out there. So, the early bird catches the worm. Be the early bird. All right. Then you want to create your OpenSea account. There'll be a man up in the corner here. You just click on that button. Okay. And then you sign into your wallet. Remember the little fox? They're going to tell you to sign into your wallet, because every time you use OpenSea, you have to sign in with your wallet. Okay. So you just want to select the wallet that you normally use, and then they're going to tell you connect it, and then you just hit next. Okay. And then you're going to click the connect button again, and then you're going to verify your account. Your account will be up in there. If you have any money, that's going to be there as well. Okay. Sign in. And here you will be able to see your account information. You can edit your profile. You can add your image if you want to, an image of yourself. And you can see the NFTs that are in your account. So once you start collecting, you'll see those NFTs will appear on your account. All right. So now it's very simple. It's time to create your first NFT. You just hit the create. The first thing you're going to do is create a collection. So before you can add an item, you're going to create a collection. So you just hit the collect button. Okay. And then you create your collection page. And your collection page is going to be where, let's say you do still lifes, you do landscapes, you do figurative art. You would have a collection of just your still lifes. You would have a collection of landscapes. You would have a collection of figurative art. And then you would go through your database, because I know you got a lot, especially if you all been printing, you got a lot of that stuff already ready to go. Okay. You pulling that out, and you're just going to be adding them and creating your collection. It's not like you got to sit there and paint. It's not like you got to take a trip to the printer. It's not like you got to worry about storage fees. The hardest part for you all is going to be to get the stuff up there. Okay. And that really can be done with the use of some helpers, because it's not that difficult. You're going to have to agree to their terms and service, and then you would just sign in. And this is where you would just upload your image. Okay. I mean, upload the image you want your collection to be. So if this is still life, you would put a still life image up there and you would name it Still Lifes. Okay. For me, I named mine Black Heritage Art Show Post, my collection. So all my posters, my first one started this year. Every year that I do a poster, or every show that I do a poster, I'm going to put that poster item in this show. Okay. In this collection. Once that's all done, your new collection is going to be here, and you'll be able to see the images that are inside of it. You can also create another one. So you can create as many collections as you want. Okay. Once they review it, you'll click on your new collection and they'll verify it in the OpenSea Marketplace. You can edit your collection as well. Let me go back here. There's some changes. You can just edit it right there. Okay. And this is where you put in all your details. Okay. The URL, you can put the URL of your website. If you don't have one, you can also customize the URL that you have on OpenSea. So I think my OpenSea is like OpenSea.BlackHeritageArtShow, something like that. You can do that. You can add a description of your collection. So, if you're doing seascapes, you might want to say this collection is full of seascapes that was created by, and tell a little bit about, your passion for creating seascapes. You want to make it so that people will want to click on your collection and trust me, because I want you to really go and look and see what's being sold, what people are making a lot of money on. And then you'll be able to get into this game. And I guarantee you, 6 months from now, many of you, I pray, will be sending me emails or coming back to this video on YouTube and telling me how right I was and how much money you've made. So you can help me get the word out and educate everybody else that they need to get on board now. You want to put all your links to all your social, because this is engagement. When collectors come here, they're saying, I'm interested in art. So yeah, they're looking at NFTs now, but if you have all your information, who knows? They may just go to your website. Okay. Again, you're going to go through the steps, submit it for the view, submit any change buttons that you may have. Okay. Once we get our collections all done, once we get all of our collections in our minds, what type of artwork do I have? I want a collection for this. I want a collection for that. I want a collection for this. Now you're ready to go and add items to those collections. Simple. You just go to my collections and click add new item. That's up here with this box. Okay. You're going to click on the collection where you want the item to be added. You're going to click add new item. You're going to then upload, and here is the beauty of this. You can upload a video, you can upload an audio, you can upload an image. So if you are a poet, then you can create this NFT. You can utilize this, okay? Any audio, some people are using their podcasts. It's just a lot of different things that you can do in this program. All right. This is really pretty simple. A lot of people create one item and you don't want to do 500. This is not the print market. You really don't want to go over 100. That's kind of high. In an NFT market, yeah, the goal is to keep it, people are buying it. So it might be 100 different tokens, because each token you get is going to have an original stamp, like a fingerprint. But people don't want to have 500 and 1,000 of them. They're not going to buy it. Okay, they're not, because that's driving the value of it down. It is more beneficial for me to purchase a 50 item piece collection of one item than it is a 5,000, because my mindset as a buyer, and this is something I'm going to talk to you buyers about tomorrow, about don't you go buy nobody that got 1,000 pieces out there. But okay, I forgot. We're back. I'm sorry. I'm on track today for the artists. So artists, be careful of that. Remember, you're in a new market. If you do 10, okay, you can charge a little bit more. If you do 1,000, of course, you back to that 10, $20 Walmart price. So just be very cognizant of what you are charging. And remember, Ethereum dollars is based on real time. So if you say I want $100 for this piece, and you equivalize that, you do the little money changer, okay. Tomorrow it might be $120 because the cost of that Ethereum might be higher. So just be very mindful of what you're setting your prices for. All right. Once you create your new item, it's going to appear in that particular collection. All right. The last thing, artists, is when you sell an item. When you go to sell an item, you're going to click on your NFT. And you're going to just click this button that says sell. Here you're going to post this to your listing. And here's where you're going to give it the gas fee. They'll tell you what it is in Ethereum. There are some Ethereum to US dollar exchange converters that you can use. Make sure you use them, okay? Because many people be like, well, I don't know what this 004. You want to say, 004, it'll tell you right here in America's dollars what that is under it. That's equivalent to $89, okay? Now, you don't pay this. You'll know what this gas fee is up front. So you want to factor all of your different prices in with that. You don't have to pay the gas fee. A lot of times with OpenSea, most buyers pay the gas fee. So that's why you don't want to charge $250 when the buyer might have to pay a $90 gas fee. Okay. All right. And then your fees, what I do like about OpenSea is that your fees are listed here for you. All right. OpenSea gets a 2.5% fee off of everything that you sell. If you have a creator that wants a fee, you got to put all of that in there. You want to set your fees up so before you price it. And then also understand, give a little bit wiggle room for the exchange rate at the time your customer may buy it. Okay. When you want to buy an NFT, you simply go on OpenSea. You would explore OpenSea, and then you would click on buy. Okay. They're going to ask you for your your wallet address should already be shown because you've set up an account as a buyer. Okay. Once you purchase the NFT, it's going to be permanently connected to your wallet address and your OpenSea profile. So as soon as you buy it, you own it. It's real time. Okay. And so that does conclude my presentation. I'm trying hard to keep it under 1 hour. Unfortunately, because we're at the Black Heritage Art Show, I'm not able to chat and communicate with you all. But again, as I said, starting February 14, 2022 until Infinity, every Monday at 11 a.m., you'll be able to chat with me, ask me any kind of questions about the NFT market, about if you have a business question, a branding question, if you are a church and you need help trying to navigate, you bring your coffee and your questions, and then I will answer them. For about 10 minutes, I'll have a guest to come on with me. That's that. I gave you a little sampling of that when I invited my mama on today. I'm testing the waters here with you all. And I will be able to answer all of your questions based on the questions that I get. I will be creating full-blown how-to videos like the one that I did for you tonight. I like to teach you step by step, and I like to use visuals. So you can come on and you'll see a little bit. If you go to my channel, Glenda Boone, On YouTube, you can see some of the little videos and how-to videos I've done, but I will be starting a membership page as well. And I will be putting full-blown how-tos, step-by-step, for members only. So we'll talk about all of that on Coffee With on February the 14th. But remember, you can hop on there whether you're a member or not. You can hop on, ask me questions. In the meantime, please visit the YouTube channel. You can see all previous Black Heritage Art shows, YouTubes. Just come and plan and stay a while. Again, I want to thank you for spending time with me today. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the Black Heritage Art Show. If you are a buyer, I'm looking forward to meeting you here in the auditorium on tomorrow. Until next time, or until I see you on Coffee With, be blessed. Thank you, everyone. Good night.